Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I'd be able to deliver my best videos to your inbox on a daily basis. If you like our watches, well, you can buy them. See them with high-res images, boxes, papers, and accessories as applicable, with full pricing for each model depicted on thewatchbox.com. Buy, trade, or sell luxury watches on thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing the sensational Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Grand Reveil, a model that debuted back in 2005. It's a 43mm rose gold container packed with fun in the form of a perpetual calendar, automatic winding, and an alarm with two modes, vibration and ringing. So let's get a sense of how it feels on the wrist, and then we'll give a sound off for you Memovox and alarm watch fans. First, 43mm across the round of the case does not include the selector for the alarm mode nor the crowns for winding and setting. The timepiece is relatively thick, as you'll note, an immense 16.4mm thick. It has a broad sheer side that is expansive across the wrist at 51.7mm lug-to-lug, but it's mostly high and prohibitive to a truly tight dress cuff. So while I believe you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as my own, 16cm in circumference, I also believe that it's only going to clear jacket sleeves and loose sweaters. This is a thick watch. It is also a heavy watch, 18 karat with a solid case back and deep case profile and lugs. The watch feels almost as though it were crafted from platinum, so dense is it. The timepiece has a substantial strap to match. It's a dark brown, rectangular scale alligator leather bolstered down the center to better match the swell of those immense lugs. Monotone stitch with a folded edge. Turn it over, supple calfskin where it touches the wrist. You can see this is a brand new Jaeger-LeCoultre factory strap, and it's connected to a Jaeger-LeCoultre single fold deployant clasp. This model debuted in 2005, and 2005 was also the last year that Jaeger-LeCoultre fit new watches with a single fold deployant, so we can pretty much say this is one of the earliest models from the run. Now, it's more of a red gold than a rose gold, and there is a distinction. The terminology 4N and 5N often thrown up. The watch may look 4N on the internet, but in person it seems 5N, or what's conventionally called red gold. The case lines are strident but simple, as there's a lot going on, but it's mostly in terms of volume and mass rather than complexity of line. It's a sheer case flank, everything's of high polish. The only subtlety is the slight lip between the bezel and the case top, as well as a small bevel that transitions from the flanks to the tops of the lugs. A flat conical bezel, it has a sort of low angular plane that's almost completely flush with the sapphire. Now we're going to get close and we're going to sound off the alarm. So with this watch, you have the ability to select vibration or alarm. Alarm with the red index, vibration with the black index. So you take the crown at 2 o'clock, you move the red baton into position till you hear it click if you want to show off the alarm. Otherwise, you simply turn it until it aligns with whatever time halfway between two indices is, for example, 7:30, and then it will either vibrate or ring as you select. You wait for that subtle click when you want to show it off to friends. Now, as you can hear, there is quite a distinction between the vibration, which you can feel more distinctly than you can hear it, and the alarm, which is ringing with a beautiful tone and sustain. There's actually a hanging gong inside the case. It doesn't simply rattle against the case flank as many alarms do. It does have a beautiful discrete gong that allows it to ring out. The watch face itself is beautifully laid out. Cruciform symmetry, high legibility, and a lot of information available, as you have a combination of the millennium, century, decade, and year. You have the month, you have the date, you have the day, you have moon phase indicators for north and southern hemisphere, and then you have a 24-hour scale that gives you AM-PM distinction for the time at center. For example, is it 3:25 a.m. or is it 3:25 p.m.? Well, you can see that red index is planted just after 12 noon, so it's the afternoon. It is 3:25 p.m. That basically tells you when you should not attempt to set the watch, as the gray ring, the nighttime hours, features red numerals that represent the period during which the calendar is turning itself over. Diamond polished, dart style indices, and half frosted and loomed Dauphine hands at center. Pardon me, they are alpha hands at center. And you'll note that there is a small amount of luminescence outboard with a small dot at the outer periphery of each of the indices, so there will be a lume shot for this watch. Beautiful, easy to read, and very complicated. Underneath the solid case back, which declares the Master 1000 Hours Control certification of the movement, is caliber 909-400C. So this is a rather complicated compound automatic winder, a base caliber, and then a module on top. So let's break it down. 45-hour power reserve, unidirectional winding, free sprung, 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate. It is adjusted in a chronometer beating 6 positions, and that Master 1000 Hours Control is a in-house test that Jaeger-LeCoultre performs, testing power reserve, winding efficiency, resistances, and chronometric performance. And whereas the COSC chronometer test is a test of a bare movement, JLC performs the test on the completed watch. Though there are many through fittings on the case, the timepiece is 50 meters water resistant, and the perpetual calendar system, which is shared with IWC, is fully coordinated, which is to say it is mechanically programmed up to the year 2100. Using the pusher adjuster on the flank, you toggle the date, and everything else, the day, the month, the year, even the moon phase, moves in sync. So all you have to do is adjust a single point of articulation, and the calendar automatically aligns itself across all displays. You cannot create an imaginary combination of day, date, month, year, and moon phase. If you can set a 3-hand Rolex Datejust, you can set this perpetual calendar. And of course, the alarm gives you an immense amount of utility. These are two very practical complications: a perpetual calendar that you can use for dating emails, letters, and memos, and of course an alarm, a discrete alarm if necessary, to remind you of errands and appointments. You can see and you can purchase this 43mm rose gold Master Grand Reveil from Jaeger-LeCoultre on our website. And we're back with the JLC Master Grand Reveil. Certainly not a sports watch, but abundantly luminescent. One of the most charming features of this watch by night is how the polished inner bezel reflects the light from the individual indices. You can see this one with full boxes, papers, and accessories by the light of day on our website.